Jamie the Haymaker Hay, here as always with Ian M16 Butlin onto one of our feature amateur bouts, Ian, for the lightweight amateur title.
Yeah, looking forward to this one. We had Ando on the couch for the MMA Uncaged TV show. We had a good chat with him, didn't we? Obviously,
we did indeed.
Had this coming up.
Kieran Lister, as we're seeing again, another fighter that went over to Denmark and fought over there. This is Ando's second attempt at the title after the controversial loss against Aaron Johnson, going back over 2 years ago now, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you can't believe Ice has gone that long now. 18 shows, doing so well, part of the World Series of Fighting.
Nice underhook there on the leg to control Lister up against the cage, Ian.
Yes, a good start from Ando. He's got control.
You know, obviously we're calling him an FCPC fight, but really he's under SBG now, isn't he?
Yeah, all the FCPC is part of SBG UK. So we've got Carl Tanswell there in the corner, Carl Prince, and of course Martin Stapleton.
This is some good wrestling here from Antonio.
He's got the arms together. He's nearly there with this takedown. He's worked for it. He's got a nice grip.
Both guys purple belts in BJJ. So if he goes to the ground, both very confident.
Good work
there from Ando.
That was a beautiful takedown. He really worked for that takedown, and he's got it.
Great work here from Antonio Sheldon now. He's got to watch that. Lister go for that Kimura grip on the arm.
Looking for the Kimura to try and get the sweep.
Yeah, he's dragging through. We've seen his teammate do that earlier on, but Ando sees that and he's grabbed that ankle, and he's located beautifully, and he's held him down really well there, Ian.
He's used his leg there, nice and tight, tighten up, squeezing the legs up. Yes, nice shots there from Ando as well.
Big left hand there from Ando over the top. He's controlling that right leg, making it very difficult for Lister to regard there.
Yeah, so far this is good MMA from Ando. Antonio Sheldon. Good control. Kieran Lister trying to work his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu from the bottom.
He's working at rubber guard there to try and go for that triangle, but Ando sees that, stops it immediately, and he's going for that Kimura sweep again. He really likes to work for that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's very underneath, but for the person on top.
Great hips from there from Ando, and he's going to take his back from it, and that's where the mistake came from Lister there.
Good solid shots again from Antonio Sheldon.
And that's a good work from Antonio Sheldon here now. And he's on the back, and he really wants that lightweight title, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it looks like he's on his way to get it. Referee Paul Crossley looking on carefully. These are solid shots.
Good shots from underneath there. Beautiful work this.
Yeah,
brilliant uppercuts, and that was some fantastic work there from Antonio Sheldon in the first round.
Another 20 seconds, and I think that would have been over.
Well, that just shows, he's come on leaps and bounds, Antonio, hasn't he, over the last couple of years. And if you think back to his fight against Aaron Johnson, which obviously was a controversial fight, this one he's looking to leave no controversy whatsoever here, Ian.
Yeah, I think so. I think, looking at that, he couldn't have asked for a better first round. Very solid, very positive.
So I do not think that was a round that Lister was hoping for, and I think it was one that Antonio was definitely planning for.
Yeah, well, the Dungeon have had a good run of fights tonight. This one is, well,
so far so good for Antonio Sheldon. Looking at the ways.
As we know, in these title fights, anything can happen. MMA, it can turn around at the switch of a button.
Real strong work in that first round though, Ian, from Antonio. I think that the way he dragged Lister to the ground and just dominated from the top. Antonio really coming to his own these days, isn't he? As a fighter.
Yeah, he really has. A good all-rounder.
Great work there. That's a beautiful sweep.
Went to take the back again.
Good work here, looking for that neck and tying the neck up. He could swing through for a Darcy here.
This is quite a bullying performance here from Antonio.
Yeah, it really is. They're much stronger of the two. In the corner of Carl Tanswell now. None better than to be in the corner of than Carl Tanswell, is there, Ian?
No, certainly not. Carl Tanswell, for years I've been saying how good his corner work is. So nice, succinct, very, very good. But he's also got Martin Stapleton there, who he's been with since he started. As soon as FCPC opened, Antonio Sheldon was there. He was on the mats, and he's been with Stapes since the start.
Well, you can see the passion with Stapes. He's really enthralled into the business of what Sheldon's doing in the cage now, and you can see it fight by fight. It means so much to Stapes for Sheldon to keep winning and turn pro eventually. And I think a win here would make him turn pro.
Well, I think it probably will be. I think he'll get a good amateur title here, and I think a pro career is definitely ahead of him.
Good work there though from Lister to get that.
Well, Lister's trying to start
that foot in there. Yeah, good work.
Trying to get the legs up high.
Good hip pressure though from Sheldon from the top there. Squaring the hips up each. Every time that Lister moves, he squares his hips up. That's a real sign of a decent purple belt, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. And not just that, it's just good awareness, MMA awareness. He knows where the cage is, he knows where the hips are, and he's making a good job of keeping his hips flat against them.
Lister with an open guard there, looking maybe for an armbar from the bottom here. Watch the way he twists from that hip.
He's putting his foot on the hip, he's trying to get himself up on that side. But every time he does, Ando puts him up against the fence. That's good ground and pound again.
It is good work. It just shows the difference between jiu-jitsu and MMA, doesn't it? Well, the punches are involved in it.
And the difference between being on a mat and being in a cage.
So Sheldon working from the top, putting Lister in a real precarious positions here. Lister is looking to swing over for that, either a sweep or looking maybe for an arm. And there we go, he's going for that triangle, and he sees that beautifully worked out from Sheldon. Sees it coming, and not long of this round left.
Punishes him with strikes for it. 10 seconds left in this round.
And so far so good for Antonio Sheldon in a very, very dominant fight. He's got a little cut across the top of the eye, I think, as Sheldon. I can't quite see that. Yeah, a little tiny nick there. I mean, we're used to seeing Sheldon with a lot more cuts than that, so I think he'll be fine.
He likes the war, doesn't he?
But Lister, again, this is not the fight that I think he was preparing for. In many ways, Antonio and himself are purple belts, and obviously they're very similar level. But I think the strength and the wrestling side of Antonio's game is really showing here.
I think what's showing is the fact, Antonio's there all the time training with Martin Stapleton, who's one of the best lightweights in Europe, and he's there preparing with him for his fights. So he prepares for his fights like a full professional, and he's got someone who's a very even level to train with.
Absolutely, Ian. Obviously, you know a lot with Stapes. Obviously, you trained with him back in the day of the old Quantum days.
That's right. Yeah, we've seen him training all the way through from when he started, and he is some real talent.
So Lister looking maybe to stand up a little bit more with Ando. Oh, it's a nice inside leg kick there. Sheldon going in for that drag takedown there. You can see he's been working with the likes of Saul Rogers, can't you? The way he's going in for that takedowns.
Yeah, certainly. He's managed to get a takedown. Again, controlling from the top position. I mean, you see Lister is doing everything he can. He's getting the butterfly hooks. He's trying to get...
yeah, he's going for that butterfly sweep, but very hard to do from that position. But good work to get back up to his feet, though.
Very, very good work.
And he's at left underhook now. He's got the over on the right arm. He needs to look for that underhook on the left. Try and drag Ando out from that cage.
And you've got to think Ando's been working hard. He's been, he's got him to the floor. He's taking him down. He's trying to control. Is it time Lister will he start to pull through? Will it, he's got himself up there. He showed a lot of strength. This is a 5-round fight.
It's a big fight as well for both guys. Nice head kick there from Lister. A little bit slack on it though. Oh, big overhand. And that may have caused another little cut there actually.
Ando again.
He's just getting the wrestling. He's just getting the better of the wrestling constantly, isn't he?
Yeah,
and even when Lister starts to do something on the feet, it just turns into a bit of mayhem for him when he gets dragged down.
Yeah, it really does it. And it's a good controlling performance.
It's nice to see him sat in the half guard here and dropping some shots as well. Underutilised, isn't it, in MMA sometimes?
Yeah. Here he is, put back to the guard again. Lister getting the hooks in, looking to work the sweeps. But he's just Ando's showing such great balance.
Yeah, he shows some really good work here. Ando looking to pass the guard there straight away, straight into the half guard again. He's working the half guard so well tonight, Ian, isn't he?
He really is, yeah. Working nice, good, solid strikes in that position. But again, Lister, look, gets back to full guard. You know, you can see that the level is even with Ando just sort of pushing the right game plan, in my opinion.
Absolutely, and this is good work now. He's putting a lot of pressure on. He's coming towards the end of this third round now. So there's another cut now underneath the eye of Antonio. So, obviously the pressure that Antonio's put on has been immense so far, but he keeps getting really badly cut up in every fight that he seems to have, and he's got a big cut under that right eye now, Ian.
Yeah, I think the problem that he's got is, he's had some real wars, and it does cause scar tissue, so that scar tissue starts to open up once you get into the, once you get hit on it again.
Yeah, you can see he's got a big nick on. Let's not take away the 3 rounds there have been very dominant from Antonio Sheldon, very dominant. And I'll tell you now, I don't think there'll be anything if he goes for the 5 rounds, anything like it was last time against Aaron Johnson. There'll be nothing left to a decision apart from it going Ando's way, I think, by the looks of this. And I think Kieran Lister really has to come out now and go for the finish here.
Yeah, he certainly does. Ando, he's definitely 3 rounds up. These are the championship rounds now. This is where he's got to pull through and do something special. I'd like to see him stop Kieran Lister. But again, from the other side, Lister knows he has to stop Ando now. So again, Antonio Sheldon on the outside, damage under the eye, damage above the middle of the eyes. Kieran Lister doesn't look as damaged, but he's been stuck underneath, taking shots.
Yeah, Kieran's really trying to take the centre of the cage now as well. So he's trying to put a bit more dominant performance on towards the end of this fight now. Obviously championship rounds, like you said, Ian, it's where shit gets real, mate.
This is where it gets real, exactly.
Good work with the overhand there.
And this is where nice wrestling there from Ando to defend. Kieran Lister trying to take the back.
Great work there from Antonio Sheldon. Yeah. Great work.
Really, really great work.
But how much of them first 3 rounds took out of Antonio?
Well, he's worked really, really hard. He's got to have took a lot out of both guys. And this is going to be down to the conditioning. Kieran Lister doing a good job at the moment now, tying up Ando, stopping the punches going in.
Wise words from the crowd there. Keep hitting him, Ando.
Very good advice. Very good technical advice.
This is some superb work from Antonio Sheldon, though. I think from start to finish here, Ian, he's been absolutely fantastic.
Oh, he really has, yeah. Here he is, grinding away. Still controlling Lister.
Again, Lister's going for that Kimura sweep again, but Ando's hips are
his balance
so well placed for it.
So good, yeah, he's just not going to do anything. Again, he steps over.
He's going to look to try and maybe pass over from here, but he's got good control here, and he's got no need to really move from this position, really.
No, well, Kieran Lister needs to be stood up. The only success we've seen from Kieran Lister has been stood up. The rest of it, just from the MMA wrestling, has been Antonio Sheldon. You know, his wrestling and control on the ground has just been so good. So into the last 10 seconds now of the 4th round.
Again, this has been a dominant fight from Antonio Sheldon. A real dominant fight. The work he's put in so far, Ian, in the 4 rounds that we've seen has been unbelievable, hasn't it?
Unbelievable. And this Kieran Lister has got to come out firing and looking for a knockout. There's just no other way I can see him winning, because on the floor and in the wrestling, Sheldon has just been so dominant. So he's going to have to come out looking for a knockout, and that's what we'll be getting told now by Aaron Nesbitt there in the corner.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the way Antonio's wrestled, the way his standing's been superb. I think I absolutely agree with what you're saying. The best chance Lister has got in this fight is now standing, because so far he's done nothing.
The only chance I think he's got is standing.
He's been completely out wrestled.
Yep.
He's been outmaneuvered in the fight so far, but there's another round left in this fight, Ian. Anything can happen.
And like we said, the championship rounds is where things change. So let's see what can happen. Will this see Antonio Sheldon getting the title he felt he deserved 2 years ago?
You know, he's come on leaps and bounds since then. Regardless of the result back then, this is a fantastic performance tonight.
Oh, great so far.
One of the best I've ever seen him. And I think he's calling for him to turn pro at some point very soon.
Yeah, definitely. There's not many more amateurs for him to fight after this. But there, Kieran Lister.
Yeah, great work from Lister. Great leg catch there.
Leg catch.
But the balance from Sheldon was again superb.
Lister lands 2 shots. This is what Lister needs to do. He needs to be firing shots from the outside. Again,
I tell you what though, Kieran Lister is going at him exactly how he needs to go at him.
This is what he's got to do this last round. He has to try and fire, you know, head kicks, punches, anything he can to try and stop Antonio.
Using that movement there. Try and entice Lister in now.
Well, this is the first Lister round. He's landing the shots.
Yeah, he's landing the shots. He's
dominating the centre. Ando probably knows he can have a round off as long as he gets to the end of it. Might be a wise thing not to get too involved.
Lister looking very tired though with that overhand left at the minute. He doesn't seem enough to be putting someone like Antonio Sheldon out. That's the issue.
Certainly, but he is being picked off. Head kick. And Sheldon knows,
big left hand there.
Yeah, Sheldon knows he has to just get through this round. There's no point getting involved.
Antonio just coasting through this last round, really.
Yeah, he knows.
Letting Lister bring the fight.
He knows what he's doing. Lister's chasing him, but he knows he's well ahead on points.
I think Antonio's
10 seconds left.
Great work from Antonio there.
That's got to be a Sheldon win.
and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, we're going to go to the judges' conference. All 3 judges scored on 49 to 46 for your winner by unanimous decision. And now, the ICFC Amateur Lightweight Champion,